All right, here's my new sort of shorthand method for drawing a stylized horse. If we start sort of in the center of the page, right about here, and then draw a petal that's arching upwards like this. So we're starting with this first upstroke. It's the overarch of this petal, and then we come down, and then we continue with another petal on the left that's a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit rounder. This is the basic core of the shape of the beginning of the horse. Now, this is not anatomically correct. A lot of times this method might shorten the body. And I extend this line a little bit, and I can extend this line a little bit, because up here this is going to be the ear, and I want this ear to sort of match this arch. Now this will be the beginning of the front legs, but first I'm just going to fill this in. Now I'm going to just draw sort of a triangle here connecting the top of this front leg. And then in the back, I'm just going to sort of continue this curve down just like that. Now to finish this back leg shape, I actually need to curve upwards and then down like that. All right, so it's continuing this shape and then curving backwards and then down and forwards, just like that. The front leg, we can do a similar thing but much more subtle. So I sort of curve back a tiny bit and then go forward. And then this I can kind of fill out like so. And then to finish the legs with the other two legs on the other side, we can just show that leg sort of peeking from behind this one, but a little bit in front. So we're just mimicking that shape. And then maybe we'll try to make this a little bit darker just to show that it's maybe not in the light. And then similar with this one. Just a similar shape, but offset a little bit in space. So we have sort of the basic core shape done here. And then we want to do the face, the head. So I usually just do sort of a triangle that is blunted on the front. So it's sort of this angled rectangle. If this was a triangle, it wouldn't quite be right. If it was a full rectangle, not quite right, too boxy. It's somewhere in between those. And then this kind of angles down. And again, this is not meant to be anatomically accurate. It's just how to draw a stylized horse in this specific way. Now I just added another ear, and then I'm going to connect the neck with the body with this curve right here. From here on, it's really just sort of refining. If it's not quite horse-like enough, we can make little tweaks. You can see that this also sort of starts to look like a dog or a coyote or a wolf or something as well. So you can experiment with making the neck longer. It'll also help a lot when we add the mane and the tail. And this part right here, the horse has a deep chest. So we're just going to accentuate this area right above the front legs. Straighten out the back a little bit more. For the tail, a lot of times I'll just do this sort of S shape. And then for the mane, I just come down from the top of the head, right behind the ears, and then a little bit right in front of the ears right there. Now when I add the pen, the line work here, I can define these areas a little bit better. Now here, the bottom of the head can sort of overlap with this little arch right here, the mane. And then we can kind of stylize that with some scraggly shapes. I keep it simple with the features on the face, the eye, back and high on the head, and then just a little nostril. And we can just overlap the legs a little bit with the body. You can see these muscles just sort of overlap the body a little bit, just like that. Now, the main mistake that I'm seeing here is where the deep chest here is not aligning with the body. So I would probably just try to extend this body. This I should have caught before I put the lines in, but making mistakes like this is a good thing because you'll remember this better for next time. The horse's feet don't look exactly like this, just sort of pointy. They have hooves, and so we can add a little bit of a wedge shape here at the bottom. And then if we wanted to add some reins or anything, some sort of band across the muzzle like this, and then one coming back from the back of the head. And then I just sort of do these reins, these sort of ropes draping up to the saddle. This one's gonna just go behind the horse, so I don't quite go all the way. Sometimes I'll just add a little bit of this fur, just like that, just for some extra texture. Maybe a little bit in the back here on the leg, and then maybe just darken certain areas for shading. I like to just sort of darken whatever is going to help define the different areas. And there we go. Let me know if this works for you, if you have any questions. All right, thanks, and Happy New Year.